When you look at a bag like this, you just say, you know what, it looks like any other factory. This, sugar, nothing but sugar. And this whole place, we're in the background of Donini Chocolate today here in the heart of Belleville, one of the best tasting places to go. And we're gonna go around the entire place and check out how chocolate is made. So here we are today inside Donini Chocolate in Belleville. Now, Director of Operations, Kim Bushell, you've been doing this a long time, but Donini, very well known around the region, but it goes back a long time, this whole story. Tell us about Donini Chocolate.
Donini Chocolate was actually first founded in Italy in the 1950s.
Right.
In the 1970s, the family decided to move from Europe over to Canada. They investigated many different places, but then they decided to settle here in Belleville. So in 1979, they built this factory here that we are in, and we've been here ever since.
Now, you guys do a lot of different styles of chocolate. You do a lot of different toppings. You go through the front store, and there's thousands of different things people can go to. Has Donini constantly been growing and where they ship to and what they produce?
Phenomenally, yes, we have been starting to grow. Basically, we started out as really supplying a lot of bakers and other industries that would take our chocolate and make it into something else. At this point, we've really branched off and we've started to have a lot of new projects where we're more visible. We pride ourselves on our artisanal qualities of our products. The unique part about Donini, especially when you see anything with a swirl or an inclusion, is that we have semi-automation here. Everything that you see on there, the decoration, the inclusion is hand applied, so you will not get like the same bar. Like everything is unique in itself.
One is going to be completely different from the other.
Yes.
So today you're going to take us on a bit of a mini tour, and we're going to see chocolate go from the start to the end and then into my mouth, which is going to be my favorite part of it. So let's get started. So everything kind of starts out in either pallet form or block form. What is this here, Kim?
This here is actually cocoa mass, or it's also referred to as cocoa liquor. We bring in cocoa liquor and cocoa butter in block form, and then we melt it down. We use products from Africa, from the Ivory Coast, because it's the mildest of flavor.
Right.
At this point, when we take the cocoa butter and cocoa liquor, it's melted down. We meter it in to a mixing room, which is over here, along with sugar, which we further refine the sugar itself, and then it's all mixed together in the mixer. It's over here in kind of a cake-like format. From this point, we take the chocolate mix, so to speak, and it runs into our 5-roll refiner over here.
Right.
Now this 5-roll refiner uses hydraulic intensifiers. These rolls are designed, they're actually curved in nature, so that when pressure is applied to them, it mashes down all that chocolate mix that goes through there, and then it comes out the other end in the flake format.
Because it is really hot in here, I have to say. I don't know how you deal with it. What temperature is it in here right now?
We're consistently above 30 degrees Celsius. Chocolate works best at higher temperatures and when it's under constant movement.
Right.
Now, the finer the flake is, the more developed the flavor is, the better our viscosity, and the easier we're able to work with it.
This smells absolutely incredible. Now, when you get it to this point, can it be used in all the different chocolate bars, or is this for a dark chocolate or for a milk chocolate?
We have specific formulations that we have depending on what the need is for. We run about 20 different formulations. We run from an industrial formulation all the way up to our top couvertures.
So if I was to touch this right now, I'd get in trouble?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Yes, you would, because any part of touching it right now would potentially contaminate the vat.
So we've gone from the flakes to these two massive containers. What's in these, Kim?
Basically what you were seeing as the flake was traveling up the belt is actually being put into conch 4, and this is in the early stages of mixing, so that's going to look like giant balls that are being rotated around. In this particular conch right now, this is actually a finished batch. There's a little bit of liquid left in here, so then you'll be able to see the different stages and what we deal with.
So these look like they hold a ton of chocolate.
Yeah, they do. This one here, conch 2, has about a 2,000 kilogram capacity. We generally run maybe about 1,800, 1,900 kilos of chocolate in this. And this particular conch has a capacity of about 4,000 kilos. But our batches are just over 3,000 kilos.
So we go from these two. We've got two big tanks back here, I guess tank 4 and 5 for lack of a better term. What's going on in these two here?
Well, these two tanks here are one of our, or few of our many holding tanks that we do have here. These are our biggest tanks that we have on site, each able to have a capacity of 30,000 20,000 kilos of chocolate. Basically what we do with that is we fill these up and we load tanker trucks. So as we load tanker trucks, that's 24,000 kilograms in a tanker truck that we ship down the highway, maybe 2 to 3 times a week.
All right, we got the chocolate going on back here. So right now we're seeing toppings going on, but before we get to the toppings, we have bars in the background as well. Is that how they come out for a bunch of different types of bars that you guys make?
Yes, they do. We do the automation and deposit into the molds. At that point, then they're put on the vibrating table and any additional inclusions that are put on. We take tempered chocolate, which means that it's at the optimal temperature and condition for us to work with. It's deposited in metered doses and put on the vibrating table to work out the air bubbles, level out the chocolate in the mold, and then it's placed into our cooling tunnel.
Now we're also seeing that it looks like a lot of times you just see, you know, the mass factories that you just run through and they're all the same. None of these are going to be the same, are they?
None of them are the same because, as you see, the inclusions themselves are hand applied. We use metering devices that have been predetermined for their weights to apply to the bar, but I'm sure you can appreciate the fact of trying to get the same inclusion in the exact same spot is just not going to happen.
So what kind of topping are we putting on these ones here, Kim?
These are actually little candy-coated chocolate bits. So this is our bar that we named Candy Circus.
So now we're going to see, we've got it here. It runs through a whole lot of technical jargon that I don't know about. What is this machine here that it's going through?
It is going through a cooling tunnel, and our cooling tunnel is glycol cooled. Means it cools from the belt up. There's also air cooling through it. It travels through the tunnel. It comes out at the other end. It goes through a metal detector. It's demolded. It's put into our flow wrapper, wrapped in film. We put it in envelopes, and we put it in the cases, and then we palletize.
So why does it go through a metal detector?
It goes through a metal detector because that's one of our control points for our food safety program. It's just test every single product that goes through to make sure that there's been no metal from our equipment, because it is processing equipment. Sometimes breakdowns happen. We want to make sure that our product is going out and it's safe for our customers to eat. Here, now tempered chocolate, working with tempered chocolate allows it to be demolded easily. You will see on the bars how they're shiny on the back. And if we were to snap those bars, then it would be a very crisp sound.
Right, so it's at the end of the actual production cycle, and now it's a packaging cycle. It seems that with a lot of stuff, there's a lot of safety components that get into food that maybe sometimes we don't think about. I guess that has to be your reputation's on the line, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it's very important for us to follow our food safety program. We have policies and procedures that are in place to protect not only the customer, but also our workers here.
And so now we've got an actual, this is one of the few places where we don't see a human operation. This is the actual foil going right on it. Yes,
this is a cello film that we use. We're very big on visuals. As I explained, with us taking pride in the artisanal qualities of our bars, it's very important for us to have our customers see it. So our envelopes are actually open-faced, so once the film gets wrapped around it, the seal is made, they get placed in envelopes, and you can actually see the bar right through the envelope.
So how long do you run any particular type until you fill up on that quota or whatever you need to kind of meet your demand, and then you can switch over to another one, or does it run on a daily, like a day-a-week schedule? Or
we try to plan so that our efficiencies are maximized. For the different chocolates, we try to run on the same like formulation. So if we're running milk chocolate, then we tend to want to run all of our milk products that whether we have an outstanding order for, or if we're preparing for our upcoming busy season, which will be starting very shortly.
So one of the things we looked at the bars going through, but one of the things that the Bay of Quinte area comes to, and people that come to the area, your gift shop or your outlet store right out in front.
The retail store features Everything that we do here, there tends to be more specialty items in there, less industrial, although we have a wonderful baker section where you can come in and get bits and wafers for anybody that wants to do like their in-home fondue or just make chocolate chip cookies. We have popcorn crunches, we have our other specialty hollows up there. It's great. There's truffles, there's
the coins.
Everything.
Oh, what are they called? Not medallion, like the drop ones.
The wafers. Yes, the wafers.
Oh, those are wafers. Now, and you guys go for milk chocolate. What's your highest percentage chocolate? It's like a dark chocolate, right?
Yeah, our highest percent that we have here is an 82% that we run.
82%, so that doesn't include, what would that not include that a milk chocolate would, outside of milk?
Milk. Well, there's a higher cocoa liquor content in there. So basically the higher cocoa content gives you the higher percentage. And it's said that the higher the cocoa content, the healthier the chocolate is.
Now, when we're talking cocoa liquor, does that mean after a couple of wafers we can't drive? Or?
No,
Oh.
liquor has it's nothing to do with alcohol.
Okay, because I'm just saying that we're pretty close to perfection with this chocolate. We get the liquor in there, we're into a little bit of trouble. We've seen all the separate ingredients. We've seen the entire run of how it's made here. And this is the final product right here at beautiful Donini Chocolate. Oh, that's good. Donini Chocolate, right here in Belleville. I always feel like Lucy when I'm doing something like this. I don't want to get you too far behind, so just place it on this side.
Yep.
Just like that.
Make sure it looks nice.
Does it look nice?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's got to go in face first.
Yep.
Slide it in. Oh, it hit the corner. I got to fix that. We're going to get it there. All right, she's in. Flip, slip, slap, tap. Pump it through, Tony. It's done.
And you just broke the bar.
I broke the bar. We can't sell that anymore. I broke it. All right.